Hello and welcome to another episode of Movie Bollocks. Yep, this is where I pronounce my opinion on movies I have watched. 19 in this case, and followed by not so many TV series, just 4 this time. So, as always, the usual warnings. This is just purely my opinion. We all have different opinions. There is no right, there is no wrong. There is just what you thought. And this is what I thought. First up, let's get cracking. It's The Wrecking Crew. I think this is on Prime Video, and it stars Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa, and if you might well have seen it around. And all I can say is it's the usual sort of buddy comedy action film with the usual cliches, usual stupid plot, usual stupid one-dimensional characters, and I really enjoyed it. It is genuinely funny, and there's some brilliant one-liners in it. There's some great action as well, and there's some pretty awesome fights, and there's no doubting the on-screen chemistry between Bautista and Momoa. It is very, very cool. And yeah, I mean, for a movie that is, 2 hours, it really does the job. There's one fight scene early on where Jason Momoa is involved in a fight scene with several sort of triads, and he's only wearing a towel and he's got a beer, and it's just really well done, really well choreographed. And I really enjoyed it. There's also a police chief in it who could be right out of Beverly Hills Cop. Absolute 80s cliche. But it's great. And the real great thing is the script. And invariably with movies like this, they really want to kind of get away with, we've got 2 big stars, there's loads of action, that'll be enough. No. You've script. And yeah, really enjoyed it. And yeah, surprised. I thought I'll watch this, just be a fucking dumb action movie. I won't have to think, and it'll just wash over me. And it did in places, but mostly, kicked my ass. I enjoyed it. So there you go. If only I could say the same for the movie Hellfire. Stars Stephen Lang. You might recognise him from the Sisu movies as the Nazi general chasing him. You might recognise him from like various horror films. And it's Stephen Lang, Dolph Lundgren and Harvey Keitel. And I'm thinking, okay, there's like Stephen Lang, he's doing all right at the moment. Dolph Lundgren, he's sort of getting his career back together. Harvey Keitel, he's not been anything for a while. And so a drifter who arrives in a small town finds residents in the grip of a ruthless boss and tries to free them. So that's the one-liner. And if you're thinking, I think I've seen that movie before. Yeah, that's the vibe. Except the other ones you've seen are better than this one. Painful. Just the exact opposite of everything I was saying about the last movie. Just full of cliches. And the script is just... it's like it was written by a dyslexic monkey. Just terrible. Hellfire, 1 hour and 35 minutes, and it felt longer than Wrecking Crew, which was over 2 hours. No. Next up, Redux. Kind of found this by accident. Irene Kelly travels through parallel universes, repeatedly killing her daughter's murderer. As she becomes consumed by vengeance, her humanity hangs in the balance. Now, I didn't read that, okay, but read it before I saw the movie. And it was directed by Kevin McManus and Matthew McManus, and is written by Kevin McManus and Matthew McManus. And stars Michaela McManus and Stella Marcus. No, it's the end of the McManus clan. I didn't realise, actually, that Michelle McManus was related to the writer and director. Now, apparently, you can rent it on Prime. and I would certainly give it a go. I really enjoyed it. Now, I didn't know at the beginning that it was a parallel universe movie. Yeah, one of those alternate reality movies. Because I've got to be honest, I haven't seen one that I found engaging in any way. That Everything Everywhere All at Once, I absolutely fucking hated it. Some people loved it. It was really well. Yeah, I just didn't get it. My issue with parallel alternate reality movies is that as you keep swapping, it just they lose their authenticity. You just start going like, oh yeah, it's another one. Like, so what? Pfft, don't care. And it just becomes, for me, they just become a bit, hey, how wacky can we make the next one? Let's have that guy, but with like different colour hair and a beard or whatever. Okay, for some reason, okay, I don't like him. That's it. Sure, I'll just leave it at that. This, however, I really, really enjoyed, and I think it's because it sticks with one character and one scenario, and it doesn't ever go crazy, but it throws you some real twists, and ultimately, like at the heart of any great movie, it's about the characters involved, and you really feel for this woman. And as more and more of what happened to her daughter is revealed, it becomes quite harrowing, and you can understand her being consumed by vengeance, but it's clearly like not doing her any good. And I mean, I just really, really enjoyed it. Really original, which is always to be praised. And I loved it. Redux. In fact, talking about it is making me want to watch it again. So that's got to be a good thing. Next up, Dumb as Nuts, War Machine. Okay. Follow the final recruits of a grueling special ops boot camp who encounter a mysterious deadly force. Okay, so it stars Alan Ritchson, otherwise known as Reacher, from the TV series Reacher on Amazon. And, you know, it starts out and you're just like, oh, yeah, it's cliche after cliche after cliche after military cliche. It really is. You can check it out on Netflix. I don't want to give too much away, but it kind of, it messes with you because you think it's one kind of movie and then it turns into another one. Now, I think that is to be praised because ultimately I really was lulled into the, like, you know, Dumb as Nuts, fucking, you know, Jarhead movie. And it's better than that. And it does rise above that and become something else. And for that, kept me fully engaged for 1 hour and 46 minutes. And it tidily sets up a sequel at the end. And don't we all love that? Now, one of two sports movies. This one is called Saipan. Now, some of you may be aware of this. It stars Steve Coogan, Zachary Murdiff, Enna Hardwick, Stephen Watson. On the eve of the 2002 FIFA World Cup, the Irish captain Roy Keane forfeits his place in the squad at the team's preparation base in Saipan, following a heated disagreement with the Irish manager Mick McCarthy, based on real events. And when I heard this movie was getting made, I mean, I heard that a long time ago and found it quite unbelievable that they were going to make a movie of this, but they do. And it's 1 hour and 31 minutes, and it's tight. It is absolutely beginning to end. You're like, yeah, I enjoyed that. And for me, it's worth the watch purely for the performance of not Steve Coogan, who's passable as a generic Yorkshireman, as a football manager, but the real star here for me is the main dude, and I'm just trying to find out. I want to get his name absolutely right. So Bear with me 1 second. So it's an Irish name, and I've already mentioned him, and I thought it was a female. It's E with an accent on, Anna Hardwick. So I'm going to go with Aina Hardwick. Well, it's worth watching for his performance. In fact, the whole movie is genuinely worth watching for the scene where Roy Keane loses it with Mick McCarthy and has an absolute go at him. Basically, the reason why he was sent home, walked out, whatever you want to believe. The scene is absolutely brilliant. The tension, everything. It's like it's been bubbling for a while, and like everything gets let out. And yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought I was basically going to enjoy like a bit of footballing nostalgia, see some footage from around that time, and all. I actually found it engaging and enjoyable. But I knew I was going to find Giant engaging and enjoyable. Giant, that's it, 1 hour, 50 minutes, inspired by the real-life story of Prince Nassim Naz Hamed, a British Yemeni boxer, and his journey from humble beginnings to becoming world champion and training under Brendan Ingle, who played a crucial role in his success. And Brendan Ingle is played by none other than Pierce Brosnan, and he's played absolutely brilliantly. He does a wonderful job. But so does Amir El Masari playing Nassim Hamed, which is not an easy role. And it's great. Honestly, yeah, it's about sport. Yeah, it's about boxing. Yeah, it's about like the relationship between this little Asian guy and this old Irish boxing coach. And it's fascinating. It really is. It's got all the facets of a great British movie. It's got a heart and a unique story at the centre of it. But it's not just. It's about family. It's about racism. It's about all sorts. I don't want to give too much away because, well, you might know his career, but there's just it. Honestly, really enjoyed it, and it's the best thing that Pierce Brosnan has done in a long time. So yeah, Giant, really enjoyed it. Doing well so far, aren't we? Next up, Dead Man's Wire. 1 hour and 44 minutes. On February the 8th, 1977, Tony Christis entered the office of Richard Hall, president of the Meridian Mortgage Company, took him hostage with a sawn-off shotgun wired with a dead man's wire from the trigger to Tony's own neck. Now, director Gus Van Sant. Yeah. Now, you may have heard of director Gus Van Sant before. Yeah. Known for such movies as, well, let's have a look at them, shall we? Elephant, My Own Private Idaho, Drugstore Cowboy. These are not some of the best known one. Dead Man's Wire, obviously, that we're talking about now. The Devil You Know, Sea of Trees, Promised Land. He's done loads. Okay, he's done absolute Milk back in the day. Anyway. Yeah. Now, there's no doubting the quality of the performances at all. They're great. I mean, Bill Skarsgård in the lead role as Tony Christis is really good. And actually, so is Dacre Montgomery as Richard Hall. And there's... The thing about this story is that, as you can tell from the story, yeah, it's about a guy who's like fucking lost it, and he's got a point. He's kind of been fucked over by his mortgage company, but this movie is kind of seen from his perspective and how right he is and how he's been screwed over. And this movie is really keen to say, hey, it's based on a true story. This really happened, and as it goes on, I just felt increasingly sorry for the bloke who has got a shotgun wired via a dead man's switch round his neck for days. And I just started thinking that we're telling this story from the wrong perspective. This guy's an absolute fucking nut job. He is mentally nut job. It's a pretty lazy termination there. I'll correct that. He's clearly mentally ill, and he's clearly losing it. But nothing that he does here is justified. It is all and it's not a fascinating tale of what happens when the system forces, a man to... No, not at all. I just felt sorry for the other people in it, and I just ended up thinking, yeah, this main guy, he's a fucking dick. Yeah, mentally ill or not, he's a mentally ill dick, and yeah, as such, quite a hard watch. What's not a hard watch is Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. I enjoyed Ready or Not. After surviving one deadly game, Grace and her sister Faith must now outrun 4 rival families competing for a powerful throne, winner takes all. And starring Samara Weaving, Catherine Newton, Elijah Wood, not really starring, but the name that's missing from there is Sarah Michelle Gellar. Oh, as soon as I saw she was going to be in part 2, I was like, yes, I'm in. And it's brilliant. It picks up from where the first film left off. I'm not going to go through the whole describing all of that bullshit, because, if you haven't seen 2, go see 1 first. 2 picks up right at the end, literally just at the end. And it's full of blood, gore, deception, humour, the dark arts. Basically, 2 sisters held hostage. They're going to be hunted by 4 families who want to kill them, so they can rightfully be Satan's helpers on earth. And it's mad. It's mad as fuck. If you're thinking that sounds mad as fuck, it's mad as fuck. It's 1 hour 48 minutes, and really enjoyed it. I loved part 1. If anything, I actually think part 2 is actually a little bit better. So would I call it a horror movie? No, yeah, maybe. I mean, it's horror-ish, horror tangential. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Just, part action, part horror, part sibling rivalry, part you name it. But yeah, everything you want. Funny, engaging, gore, you name it. It's happening. And next up in this cornucopia of movies that we're going through, it's Mercy. Yeah, Mercy, starring Chris Pratt. Set in the near future, a detective accused of murdering his wife has 90 minutes to prove his innocence to an advanced AI judge. It's on Prime. It is almost... The good 2/3 of the movie at the beginning is set in the chair that he is kind of shackled to. And it's already presumed that he is 90% guilty. And he's got, 90 minutes to prove he's not. And during the course of the movie, he then contacts people who are obviously not in his chair, his colleagues and stuff like that, and gets them to start looking, searching, because he's been accused of murdering his wife, and he's pretty sure he didn't. So it's really well put together. Really drew me in. It is 1 hour 39 minutes, which is just about right. It's not about the dangers of AI. At one point the AI gets, clearly gets a little bit emotional, which, bollocks. So AI is played by Rebecca Ferguson, and she does it very well. It's very convincing. It's listed as artificial intelligence, cyber thriller, cyberpunk, dystopian sci-fi, legal drama, legal thriller. It's kind of a little bit of all of those without being any of them. But Chris Pratt is an engaging screen presence pretty much no matter what he's in. And he does a really good job of sort of drawing you in. And it's kind of a whodunit. It's a whodunit, sat in a chair trying to figure it out by watching AI having access to loads of cameras all over the place. And that's how it, like I said, that's how it goes. But it's intelligent enough to realise that it can't exist in that room for the entire movie. So you get taken out via the cameras, etc. So, you know, it's not one of those, oh, it all takes place in one room. Isn't that clever? No, it's not one of them. But yeah, really well done. And I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Decent sci-fi. Now, sci-fi. 1 hour and 20 minutes, The Trail. I came across this on Prime Video, and a young woman embarks on a remote hiking trail in the Alps to cope with a trauma. In the midst of the rustic landscape, she is now not only confronted by her own fears, but also something else. Something else. This movie really does have a feel at times that it's, it's clearly independent, right? If I was going to watch it, I wouldn't look at any of the pictures. I'd just find it and watch it. It's pretty obvious they spent pretty much all the budget in about 2 shots of this movie. It's directed by Stefan Muller. It's written by Martin Krossenbrunner and Stefan Muller. Stars Sophia Gabner, who is excellent in this. 1 hour, 20 minutes is about right. And at times, it's a little clunky and it's a little student movie. But you know what? I found it strangely engaging because that whole sort of student movie kind of vibe, it's almost, when I was watching it at times, I was like, you know, how's this ended up on Prime? Not that it's like amateurish, but it's they're doing their best with very little, clearly. But at no time are you going like, oh, you know, I just saw somebody in the background there, or it's done well enough. But it's clearly they haven't got shitloads of money to spend on CGI and everything else. But that actually made it a little bit more engaging. And it also meant that they couldn't fall back on budget and effects to keep you engaged. So they have to find other ways. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And it's not anything earth-shattering, but it's only 1 hour and 20 minutes. And I just felt like it, you know, it earned its spurs for me. I enjoyed it. I really did. Next up, Mike and Nick and Alice. 2 friends navigate the dangerous world of organised crime, testing their loyalty and survival skills as they get deeper into the criminal underworld. That doesn't really tell the whole story. Great cast in this, okay? So you've got Vince Vaughn, James Marsden, Keith David, Isa Gonzalez. There's Arturo Castro's in it. Dolph Lundgren appears. It's cool. And basically, this is, again, it's a kind of alternate reality movie, but I don't want to say any more than that. And it works, and it's the best thing Vince Vaughn has done for years. Basically, it's about the underworld. It's about, like, you know, breaking balls and killing people and stuff like that. But then, not very long into it, you get thrown an absolute curveball, which you're not expecting from this kind of movie. And it becomes almost an alternate reality movie, but not quite. It never indulges in leaving one. It's all on the same timeline, but there's people on that timeline who are from a different timeline that know stuff. And so it's a mafia movie, it's a comedy, it's a buddy movie, it's full on action comedy, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, the best thing Vince Vaughn has done for fucking ever. He plays 2 versions of himself, and it's fucking really good. And I'm just seeing a little bit of the trailer appear and some scenes from the movie, and it's just thoroughly engaging. And there's one scene that takes place in a mini mart which is just absolute quality, like laugh out loud funny. And yeah, it's just, it delivers on every level. And yeah, as these four people try and navigate the mafia underworld, it just gets deeper and deeper and more twisted. It's really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Next up, Ballad of a Small Player. Stars Colin Farrell. When his past and his debt start to catch up with him, a high-stakes gambler lying low in Macau encounters a kindred spirit who might just hold the key to his salvation. You might already know what I think of this. Colin Farrell and Tilda Swinton star in it. They're the big names. This is a Colin Farrell movie, okay? And he's clearly having a great time, and he's brilliant in the role. For me, it just, I don't know. It's 1 hour, 41 minutes. It's not that long. I just never really, really bought into it, really engaged with it. There is a twist. And when that twist happens, it's not one of those, oh my God. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, right, okay. Thought it might be something like that. It's one of them. Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. It's a character piece. It's a Colin Farrell vehicle. Maybe I wasn't in the mood for it. I mean, again, it's playing in front of me now, like the trailer and everything. I'm thinking, oh, bloody hell, it looks really good. But I don't know. Again, I just think it's the lead character, and Colin Farrell is great as the lead character, but not particularly likeable. I didn't find myself rooting for him, and I'm saying, oh, Farrell is compelling. I don't. Yeah, I mean, a magnificent screen presence and a great performance, but compelling not for me. Just didn't really draw me in. It's kind of like, when's this greasy loser going to get his comeuppance? So yeah, it is what it is. Ballad of a Small Player. He's playing a lot of cards. He's losing a lot of cards. He's losing a lot of cards, and he starts winning a lot of cards. Yeah, you kind of seen it before, but not with Colin Farrell. Next up, Avatar, Fire and Ash, or as I see, I've called it in my notes, Avatar, Fire and Bollocks. I loved Avatar, still do. I really enjoyed Avatar 2. Still do. Avatar 3. What, again? Really? I mean, fuck me. Why do we need Sigourney Weaver in it again? She died in the last one. Yeah, has she got some sort of fucking deal going on here? The same old tropes. The same old speeches. The same old sentimental bollocks. I really enjoyed the first one. I really enjoyed the second one, even though it was a bit first one-y. The third one, there's just not enough character development. Just fucking way too long. Yes, it looks amazing. Round of applause. Well done. Have all the Oscars you want for your fucking tech. But did it engage? No. I fucking gave up. I'll be honest. All right? I gave up. It is 3 hours and 17 minutes. I gave up on 2.5 hours, all right? At that point, I just thought, you know what? You have not earned the last 45 minutes. I'm not having this. So just fuck off, you pack of blue twats. Yeah, just no. I'm just sick of that same old fucking speech, that tone of voice. No, but we must do this, and then we must go there, for this is how it should be, because Ewa says so. Oh, you and your religion, eh? Oh, bloody hell, don't you see? Don't you see the problems we're in? This is getting burnt down, that's getting burnt down, the man's coming, it's bad, we need to use the weapons. Oh, no, but we can't, because... Yeah, fuck off. Jeez, just no, okay? I've had enough. Apologies for the impressions. Influencers, right, 1 hour, 50 minutes. In southern France, a young woman's chilling fascination with murder and identity theft sends her life into a whirlwind of chaos. That's a great way to call this movie. That's a great thing to call this movie, Whirlwind of Chaos. Directed by Curtis David Harder and written by Curtis David Harder, starring Veronica Long, Cassandra Nord, Paolo Savaria. Really enjoyed it. It's bloody, and she leaves a trail of bodies, and she doesn't hang about. She gets started early doors, okay? So strap yourselves in, because you're on a ride. It's called psychological thriller, horror thriller. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a psychological thriller and a thriller. Not so much horror, but there you go. That's me. You might think it's a horror. It's brilliant. I really enjoyed it. You're constantly wondering, I don't know, does this person really know who and what they are? And if they do they know how long they've been like this? And do they know, I don't know, how long that trail of bodies is? When did it start? Is it so long that you can't even see the beginning of it? Because, yeah, it's really, really good. Called Influencers, and you'll see why. There is influences in the movie, and people can be tracked down by their IP addresses and, by being tagged in pictures they didn't realise they were in, etc. And, yeah, this is a real game of cat and mouse, except it's more like bitch and dog. Yeah, really enjoyed it. Keeps you on your toes, and fuck me. Yeah, it can be gruesome at times. Now, next up, well, carrying on from Influencers, like if you've watched Influencers and you enjoyed that, you need to get to this. It's called Send Help. It stars Rachel McAdams like you've never seen her before, Dylan O'Brien, who does a great job, but more importantly, it's directed by Sam Raimi, and Sam Raimi knows how to do this shit. And I have watched this movie twice, and it is absolutely one of my favourite movies so far this year. An overworked analyst and her arrogant Nepo baby boss survive a plane crash near Thailand and must cooperate to survive on a remote jungled island. And that's everything you need to know. This is not Castaway, right? This is a Sam Raimi Castaway, yeah. Fucking spoiled, entitled boss and his overworked assistant. And there are several times I watched it the first time on my own, the second time I watched it with somebody, and one of those people who keeps going like, I can see where this is going. And they must have said that 3 or 4 times and then gone, oh, no, I don't know where it's going. And where it ends up, like just how it starts and where it ends are just light years apart. It's a brilliant performance by Rachel McAdams. She is absolutely brilliant in it, as is Dylan O'Brien, to be fair. It's described as dark comedy, psychological horror, psychological thriller, survival, adventure, horror, thriller. It's got everything in it. It really has. It says dark comedy. There is some really dark humour in it, but it is very funny. And it is about 2 people who are completely different, battling to survive on an island. Who and what they are battling, well, you've got to watch it to find out. But I fucking loved it. Next up, Crime 101. Now, this is on Prime at the moment. The main character, Chris Hemsworth, is the elusive thief. And then you've got Mark Ruffalo as the cop tracking him down. You've got Barry Keoghan as, well, a knobhead. An elusive thief eyeing his final score encounters a disillusioned insurance broker at her own crossroads. As their paths intertwine, a relentless detective trails them in the hope to thwart a multi-million-dollar heist they are planning. Well, the disillusioned person that he finds is Halle Berry, She's excellent as Sharon. Now, the thing is, it's called Crime 101, and I enjoyed this, and it was good. But the danger with calling it Crime 101 is at times it was like character 101, script 101, crime movie for beginners 101, yeah, like crime movie for dummies. I mean, Jennifer Jason Leigh is on the, stars in. Well, she's in 2 scenes. She's in one scene where she's married to Mark Ruffalo. At one scene, starts with Mark Ruffalo's having a shit on the toilet. Jennifer Jason Leigh comes in. He's like, "Oh, can I get some peace here?" And she's like, "Well, yeah." The next scene you see him in, they're splitting up. And really? And ironically, Mark Ruffalo sat there and going, "Look, but there's nothing." Oh no, she's splitting up with him and she's saying, "There's nothing." And I'm just sat there going, "Yeah, there's nothing. Damn right, girl. I'm with you on this. There's nothing." Because I barely remembered he was even married. Jennifer Jason Leigh is fucking brilliant. I love her. And she's given nothing to do. Nothing to do in this. First scene, having a shit. Second scene, splitting up. And I was like, what the fuck? It's just, occasionally this movie is tonally way off. It seems to have forgotten what it is. It's Mark Ruffalo's timeline in this movie, his character journey in this movie is just confused. He's kind of, I don't know, he seems to be sort of fancying another woman, but not quite, or is he? And yeah, it's really, really odd. When it's just sticking to being a simple Crime 101 movie, it's good. The minute that it strays off that, for me, it struggles and just becomes a bit clunky. And like I said, just a bit tonally all over the place. But, yeah, I enjoyed it. Not sure I'd go back to it again. Not at 2 hours, 20 minutes. Next up, fucking hell. A science teacher wakes up alone on a spaceship. As his memory returns, he uncovers a mission to stop a mysterious substance killing Earth's sun and realises that an unexpected friendship may be the key. This stars the absolutely brilliant Ryan Gosling. Sandra Hull is in it. James Ortiz is in it. It's written by Drew Goddard and Andy Weir, and it's directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller. And it's 2 hours and 36 minutes. And of those 2 hours and 36 minutes, it is gripping for 2 hours and 36 minutes of it. Quite simply put, this is a movie you can fall in love with. This is a movie that you will remember watching days, weeks later. This is a movie that you will go back to occasionally over the years. I mean, it has all the hallmarks and all of boxes ticked to be an all-time sci-fi classic. I mean, up there with your fucking I was going to say Star Wars. It's not that kind of movie, okay? But more your Close Encounters and stuff like that. It obeys all the laws, unlikely friendships. But, Ryan Gosling is on his own for most of this movie and manages to absolutely, completely, draw you in to his world. He looks amazingly like Jesus when he first appears on the screen. And I absolutely, as you can tell, I absolutely love this. I don't want to say too much about it other than the whole movie is kind of, it's well done because you discover why he's there as he does, because he wakes up, his memory's shot and all the rest of it. He's on a spaceship. What the fuck's going on? What does this button do? Why am I here? So straight away you go off on that journey. So a good chunk of the movie is going on that journey with him and finding out why he's there, because he doesn't know. So you get that, and then the storyline untwists itself slowly but surely, and you see more and more and more. But also, he's finally, when he finally figures out what the mission is, he's then got to try and fulfill that mission. So when he gets to the place in space where he needs to be, there's another spaceship there as well. And that's where it becomes even more of a classic sci-fi movie. Laughs, tension, tears, emotion. It's got everything. Adventure. It's called a sci-fi adventure epic, and it's got everything. It really has. It's emotionally engaging. It's funny. It's action packed. It's just everything you want from a sci-fi movie. It is just brilliant. Definitely in my top 5 of the year. Absolutely brilliant. Next up, when there's a movie on Netflix called Thrash, well, of course I'm going to watch it. When a Category 5 hurricane decimates a coastal town, the storm surge brings devastation, chaos, and something for more frightening. Hungry sharks. Yeah, it's a fucking shark pit. It's a shark movie. Basically, Thrash. It is 1 hour 26 minutes long. It doesn't hang around. There's a big wind. There's loads of floods. There's sharks. People are going to get bitten in half. How are the various characters that we're following going to survive? Are they going to survive? Are they going to find ingenious ways of trying to kill sharks? Are they going to get eaten by sharks? Are the people coming to get them to save them from sharks going to get there in time before the sharks? Well, let's find out, shall we? Perfectly engaging and well done, dumb as nuts, 1 hour and 26 minutes. Yeah, cool. Thanks a lot. A light beverage, not a particularly, not a particularly large meal, just a snack. And finally, also on Prime at the moment, Americana. The lives of local outsiders and outcasts violently intertwine when a rare Lakota ghost shirt falls onto the black market in a small South Dakota town. Director Tony Toast, written by Tony Toast, starring Sydney Sweeney, Paul Walter Hauser, Halsey, yeah, her. And do you know what? Loved it. Really enjoyed this. It's described as a contemporary Western dark comedy. Yeah, it is. There's some real laughs in it. Paul Walter Hauser is just fucking funny anyway. It's 1 hour 47 minutes, and I loved it. It's told in parts. It's one of those. Now, if this was a decent movie podcast, the person who was hosting it would say what kind of movie this is. All I can tell you is it's made in parts, okay? It's like, oh, part one, and you watch it. And eventually you see the parts crossing over and they start linking together. But my problem with movies like that is often you're like, oh, right, fucking hell, I saw that coming. And, oh, bloody hell, part 98, I don't give a shit anymore. But this is really, really well done. And I was really surprised that the reviews weren't more enthusiastic. It gets a 5.9 on IMDb. I think it's worth more like a 6.5, maybe a 7. But it's it's about various relationships, and some are touching and some are violent, some are loving, some are not, and has to be said that Gavin Maddox Bergman plays Carl Starr, who is a young boy who is kind of at the heart of the whole thing. Nearly every story he plays a role, and he is absolutely fucking brilliant. He really is. He is a star of the future. I really, really enjoyed this movie. It's just keeps you on your toes. Never quite sure what's going to happen. All the stories linked together. Really satisfying. When it's finished, you're like, oh, that was cool. Yeah, I enjoyed that. Nice. So there you go. That's all the movies. Now, it's time to get on to the TV series. So, our first TV series up is the Prime series Steel, as in Steal, a contemporary high-octane thriller about the heist of the century and the ordinary office worker who finds herself at the heart of it. The ordinary office worker is Sophie Turner, so, hardly an ordinary office worker, but she's very much the star here. And the whole series is basically about, who done it. There are 6 episodes, so not a great deal to do. It's one of those series that you watch, and I just fucking hope and pray that they don't ever make another one. Purely from the point of view that it's got, yes, that worked once, written all over it. And then they try and do it again, and you're just like, oh, for God's sake, just stop it, do something else. I enjoyed it. Plenty of intrigue. Who doesn't love a good heist? It gets 7 out of 10 on IMDb. I think that's a bit high for me, but there's some really good performances. People being played off against each other, and yeah, it actually develops quite well. And as some of the scenes are playing out in front of me at the moment, I'm thinking, yeah, maybe it's better than I remembered it. Really good, solid performances. The main cop who's trying to solve it gets a little bit cheesy here and there, but it's only 6 episodes, so it unwinds and reveals itself quite quickly, which I like, because there's nothing worse than watching something like this and it just seems to drag on, and you're just like, oh, for God's sake. So there you go. Yeah, Steel. Now, Evil. I love this series. It started in 2019 and it finished in 2024, but it's one of those that swapped makers. So, 1 minute it's on your TV package, next minute it isn't, and then years later you find series that you haven't seen yet, and it's one of those. There's 50 episodes in total. At the moment it's on Sky and Now. It's on Now at the moment. Apparently other series are available on Prime, so it's, if you want to get them all, you've got to nip between providers. Katia Herbers, Mike Coulter and Asif Manvi are basically the 3 people that hold all of it together. A skeptical psychologist, a scientist, join a Catholic priest in training to investigate the church's backlog of unexplained mysteries, miracles, and demonic possessions. And so you've got a skeptic psychologist, you've got a scientist, and you've got a trainee Catholic priest, and they're like, the crime trio. And what they're going to do is investigate Catholic Church unexplained phenomenon, and that's what they do very successfully over the course of 50 episodes, which I think is 5 seasons. I'm not quite sure. I'm just having a look. 4 seasons. And unfortunately, the last season, halfway through, they find out that they're not getting renewed, so everything has to get tied up. So that's a little bit rushed. I urge you to go back to season 1 and watch them all. It is one of the most enjoyable horror series I've ever seen, but it's never really horrific. Sometimes it is, and it can be like, oh, fucking hell. It's called Evil, and there is some pure fucking evil in this, and some pure evil characters, but some real amazing twists and turns. But ultimately, it is witty, and it is funny, and it is engaging, and you are drawn in by all of the characters, and even the secondary characters, and I can't speak highly enough of this. It really is good, really well done, and is really worth starting back at the beginning. Evil. Next up, a Knight of the Seven Kingdoms. Right. A century before the events of Game of Thrones, Sir Duncan the Tall and his squire Egg wander through Westeros while the Targaryen dynasty rule the Iron Throne. Great destinies and enemies await in the await the incomparable friends. Now, this initially, I was like, it's not really doing anything for me. It's 12 episodes, and it's not what you expect from Game of Thrones. It's quite light-hearted. It's quite harmless, for want of a better word. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, that'll do. But then I found that I was getting more and more engaged in it, and it drew me in over the course of 12 episodes. And I found myself going, do you know what? Season 2, I'm up for that. As more characters were brought in, as the story got deeper, I really enjoyed it. It for me, it did start out a bit lightweight and a bit sort of like, I don't know, Carry On in the Seven Kingdoms. But then it gained depth, and it really played out as something I didn't expect to begin with. I'm up for that. I'm here for it. And it gets a whopping great 8.7 on IMDb. So clearly somebody out there loved it. And I loved new series on Netflix, only just finished it, Man on Fire. Okay. Follows John Creasy, a wounded former mercenary on a quest to get revenge for the loss of friends and defending a daughter of his dead colleague from the forces that tore the family apart. And again, this started out as like, okay, it's this story. He's got PTSD. He's not very happy. He's probably going to try and kill himself. Oh, look, his mate's turned up to go, hey, what do you think you're doing? I'm here to save you. And just absolute cheese. And then about half an hour, I want to say, maybe even more, of episode 1, the whole thing just changed on its axis. And I was like, oh, fuck me. Where are we going to go from here? I thought, I like to think I know where things are going. I thought I had this pinned, and I didn't. And I really, really enjoyed this as a series. I really did. Your main man, John Creasy, is played by Yahya Abdul Mateen II. He's fucking awesome. Scoot McNairy's in it. Billy Boulet's in it. Alice Braga's in it. She's really good. There is some excellent violence. I'm a big fan of violence, okay? And it's quite bloody as well. But the lead role, he is just magnetic. And I really enjoyed his performance. I found just, it doesn't shy away. It's relentless. It falls under the brilliantly titled One Person Army Action heading in IMDb, but also psychological drama, psychological thriller, action, crime. Sometimes you think you know where it's going, and you were right, it does, but it goes there very quickly in a way you didn't expect. So that's kind of nice. And then there's little tangents here and there where you go, okay, like I wasn't expecting that. And it delivered. For me, it absolutely delivered. Right across all 7 episodes. I really enjoyed it. And it's set up for Man on Fire Season 2 at the end. Loved it. Really, really enjoyed it. So there you go. And as much as I've enjoyed having a right old chat with you guys, look, as I always say, just my opinion. And if I've tipped you off on something and you enjoy it, great. And if I've tipped you off on something and you didn't enjoy it, let me know. Okay, I'm sure nobody will be backwards at coming forwards. But as always, enjoyed doing this, and hope it proves useful. Thanks a lot. Been a pleasure hanging out with you. Catch you next time. Bye.